Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the eerie world of horror short stories. Whether you're a seasoned fan of the genre or just dipping your toes into the darkness, these bite-sized tales pack a punch, quick to read but impossible to forget. My name is Jim. This is my channel, Books, Reading and Stuff. This is my second update for Horror Mayhem, a reading event created by the Bookish Bryants, Scott and Becky. Sadly, Scott is no longer with us, but Becky is continuing the event, and I will link to her channel along with all the co-hosts in the show notes below. The prompt for this year's Horror Mayhem is Dread Through the Decades, where we look at short stories or pieces of fiction through different decades. I've read 5 horror stories so far, using a broad definition of what horror is, and I will tell you about them now. Firstly, The Landlady by Roald, Dahl, famous for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This was written in 1959. The Landlady feels right at home in an episode of Twilight Zone. It's a tightly written story with mounting dread, focusing on how danger can hide behind politeness and charm. It's not supernatural, it's psychological, quiet, and delivered with a smile and a cup of tea. A tale of the unexpected indeed. Then we have The Monkey's Paw from 1902 by W. Jacobs. This is a classic horror story. It's one of those classic tales where the protagonist gets 3 wishes. But if you're ever in that situation, be careful what you wish for. Coming much closer to the present day, Someone Else's Horror Story by Rebecca Crunden. This was published in 2023. It warns about the problems of showing hospitality to strangers. Jace Venable lives a quiet life on the farm he's inherited from his father, away from the city, away from the busy life. One night he finds a runaway in his barn, and the horrifying story of this runaway will change Jace's life forever. The best of the stories, in my opinion, was one by Ray Bradbury, which was The Veldt. This was written in 1950, 75 years ago, but feels so contemporary, warning us of the dangers of technology. If it was written today, it could be used as an episode of Black Mirror. It fits right in. It's the story of the dangers of over-reliance on technology, especially when it replaces the human connection. This smart house has an impressive high-tech children's nursery where the nursery reads the thoughts of the children and brings them to life in the nursery. It's a bit like Black Mirror's Playtest, where a man volunteers for an augmented reality horror game which adapts to his deepest fears. Both stories ask what happens when the technology knows you too well and stops caring about your well-being. Like many Black Mirror episodes, The Veldt taps into the very human fear of losing control of the technology which we've created, and chillingly losing control of relationships because of it. It's not just about a smart house that's gone rogue, it's about parenting, detachment, and what happens when children grow up with more affection for the technology than for their relationships with the people around them. Now I'm reading through Garbology, the compilation, the anthology of trash put together by Ollie of Criminally and Troy Tradup. I've just read the short story Suffice by Anthony Price. Surprisingly, it says in the notes that Anthony Price has never written fiction before this. I think he shouldn't hide his light under the bushel. This story was very creepy. It has the vibe of Pet Sematary. I really enjoyed it. What are you reading for Horror Mayhem? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, you can give it a like. This will help me with the YouTube algorithm. And I wish you happy reading, happy horror reading. I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.